All right, guys, I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna try and keep this brief. It's not gonna happen, but I'm gonna attempt to. This is a yoga pose routine that I've been going through for about the past week and a half through research that I found on Google articles, stuff like that, talking to some friends that are into yoga. I've started working with a yoga instructor as well here twice a week. And I follow her stuff as well, but this is something that I put together myself specifically for lower back, psoas, tight hip flexors, which is very specifically my problem. And it's something I've been doing about once or even twice a day if I have the time, and it's really helping. I don't want to say it's a permanent fix because it seems that, it feels really good and then it'll kind of tighten back up the next day, which is why I'm doing it every single day. It is improving, it is getting better every day, but I do notice that there is some regression, which is, it is what it is. But this is helping and I kind of enjoy it. So I'm gonna share it. Hopefully it makes some sense and hopefully you like it, and hopefully if you employ it, it works a little bit for you as well. So first off, things you'll need: foam roller, a yoga mat if you want it, don't have to have that, but it does make things a little bit easier. Theragun, don't have to have it. Once again, does make things a little bit easier, especially if you're doing it by yourself. A block, yoga block, this is a bench block, works just as well. It's a little bit firmer, so it might not be as comfortable for like some lighter weight females and stuff, but I like the extra support. And then you'll need a thick band or a strap, a yoga strap, either or. I kind of like the band myself because it allows some movement, which I'll show you what I'm talking about with that when we get there. But first off, first thing is you're supposed to just relax, right? Attempt to, which is very hard to do, especially for me. So first thing we're gonna do is a modified corpse pose. A corpse pose is literally just laying on the ground, feet out in front of you, hands to your side, head rested. Issue is that I'm so fucking immobile that this is not comfortable at all. My hip flexors are actually so tight that I can feel them pulling my pelvis downward, or anteriorly, however you want to talk about it, but it's tipping my pelvis this way, which is putting stress on my lower back, and my lower back really doesn't even want to sit into this mat right now. So in order to get into a relaxed state, I need to be able to fix that. That's where this comes in. All right, this is a little much. You'd really only want probably something a little bit, I think this is 6-inch diameter, probably a 4 or 5, but it's what I've got. You could also use a towel or something along those lines, but this is here. All you're gonna do, raise your legs up, and you're just gonna put this right under your knees. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna tip your pelvis back into neutrality a little bit here and take some tension off the hip flexors so that you can actually just relax here. And now that I feel that I'm actually just laying here and I don't have this tension pulling, now I can attempt to start relaxing. From here, I usually start at the top and kind of work my way down. Just literally think about relaxing your whole fucking face, your whole head, your neck, then move down to the shoulders, the arms, hands, torso, and so forth and so forth. And just lay here. Could take 5 minutes, could take 10, some even longer than that. Now with that being said, I know a lot of people don't have a whole lot of time. If you had to skip something in this due to time restraints, this is what I would skip. I highly suggest trying to do it if you can, or at least when you can, because I do feel that it makes the rest of it better. But if you have to skip it, this is what I would skip. From there, you're gonna go into a knee to chest hand push. I don't really know what these are actually called, so I'm just making them up myself as we go. But what it is you're gonna go back down, and once you felt that you've reached your relaxed state, you're just gonna go one leg at a time, and you're gonna pull this leg up, you're gonna bring it to about where you can, and then you're gonna take your hand and you're gonna push it away from you, and with your knee, you're gonna pull back into the hand, and we're gonna try and activate all this in here and turn it on. This other leg, we're not just leaving it here, we're gonna actively try and take our heel and push it to the wall. We wanna try and take this leg and make it as long as we can while actively pushing this. It's gonna kind of lock everything into place. So here, push into the hand, 3 very deep, big belly breaths. You're gonna pull it in, you're gonna bear down and brace, and then you're gonna slowly exhale and push it out forcefully all the way down, filling the rib cage draw and all. This is as much about breathing as it is stretching, all right? So, go. All right, let it down slowly, pick up the next, do the same. All right, repeat 3 times, 3 sets, however you want to look at it. From there, the bridge stretch. This is where your block will come in. You're going to take this, you're going to prop it up and under your butt, lower back somewhere in there, just find what's comfortable. And then all you're going to do is one leg you're going to extend forward, and kind of the same thing. You want to really kind of stretch it out. And you're just going to let the leg kind of hang down below you and get a little bit of a stretch throughout here. The other leg, you're just going to bring it up and you're just going to kind of hold it. And all you're trying to do is, once again, with this leg, the stretch leg, you're going to try and push it to the wall. And at the same time, just kind of let it fall. So from here, you got your leg held. Same thing, 3 very big, deep breaths, really bearing down into the lower obliques once you're fully aired up. So, I don't know if you noticed it, but my foot finally hit the floor. Once again, these breaths really push these stretches, so don't cheat them. 3 deep breaths, once again, repeat. Same thing, repeat through 3 times. If you've got time, you can sit in these for much longer. Some of these I'll sit in for 5 minutes if it's all I'm doing. From there, you're going to go into a side band stretch, which is exactly what it sounds like. This is why I like the band and not the strap as much. What you're going to do, you're going to take it, kind of place it around your foot, ankle, figure it, 8 it around a few times, just so it'll kind of got a little bit of a bite so it doesn't slip. And then all you're going to do from here is you're going to lay on your side and pull this band back around you and pull it around this way. Okay? So all we're doing is kind of letting that leg pull and drop back to the mat. All right, you're going to sit here if you've got the time for about 30 to 60 seconds is what I like. All right. Then once you sit here for that amount of time, you're going to start doing some active release work. You're going to start actually putting tension into this band. So you're going to pull, get it tight, and then you're going to actively fire your hip flexor and your quad, push into this band. Once again, about 3 breaths. Then you can kind of relax into it a little bit, pull your band a little bit more. Same thing, 3 good breaths. Really filling into your obliques. It'll make a big difference, I promise. The bigger breath you can get into the lower belly, the more stretch you'll feel in your hip flexors and psoas. Once again, 3 breaths. Once you've got through 3 breaths and 3 sets with that side, all you're gonna do is sit into this again for another 30 seconds to a minute and just let it pull. If you don't have the time, that's fine. Do the active release and move on. Switch to the other side. From there, we've got a low lunge side bend. All right, you're gonna come up to both of your knees here, put one in front. All you're gonna do is get it out in front of you as much as you can. I'll show you from both ways, I guess. And all you're gonna do is lunge forward, stretching this, pushing that leg behind you. Try not to let your hips shift one way or the other. Stay nice, tall, and square. From here, all you're gonna do, hands up. You don't even have to do both necessarily. And then you're gonna lean to one side. All right, so if your right leg is up, you're gonna lean to the right, pushing this hip out. You're gonna feel a big stretch into your hip flexors, your glute med, TFL, QL even if you're able to relax into it enough. And once again, same thing, very big, deep belly breaths, pulling down into here. Something else to think of. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to switch legs. As you're doing this and you're bending over to the side, you're trying to reach up, you're trying to extend, you're trying to make your body as long as possible. So turn, bend, lean into it. 3 very big breaths. Lean into it if you can. 3 big breaths, go on. Switch legs, 3 sets. Got it? Low lunge into a upward stretch. I don't really know what to call this one, so I really made it up. But what it is, hands on all fours. And all you're gonna do is 1 leg forward, put your hands here, drop down, and then this back leg, you're gonna extend it up and you're gonna try and push it to the wall behind you. So all you're really trying to do here. So from the side, mind you, I'm not a fucking yoga specialist or flexible, so these probably are not as graceful as they should look, but just trying to give you an idea. So once again, low lunge, leg in front, hands to either side. You're gonna get a ridiculous stretch throughout the adductor and the hamstring here, or at least I do. And then from here, once again, this back leg, you're just gonna pick it up and shove it to the wall. Then 3 deep breaths. Do your 3, you're gonna drop. You're gonna come up as high as you can. We're gonna reach to the sky, trying to really pull all this open. Push your pelvis forward with your glute, keeping everything nice and tight. And just stretch into it. Big deep breaths. Every breath you're trying to stretch a little bit more. Once you do your 3, drop back down, pick the leg back up, 3 deep breaths. Repeat it 3 times, 3 cycles of each, both sides. Okay? From there, you're gonna lay down. Take your little foam roller again if you want. You don't have to, you can just hold your leg up here if you want. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. So, 1 leg up, 1 leg forward, Theragun. And all you're looking for is to get into your psoas and your hip flexors. It's really deep down inside here. You've got to relax. It's really impossible to do this while I'm talking, but you're just going to kind of look for those trigger points, hit for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute tops, and then you're going to relax, turn it off, and let it go.